Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the last of our European capitals tour flights. We are in Belfast, where we ended up on the last flight on Monday. And today we're flying from here down to London, landing at Gatwick Airport. No ATC online here, but ATC is up over England and down in London, so we'll be picking them up once we're in the air. So hello to everybody that's watching, and let's get on board for this final flight on the European Capitals Tour. Alright, first thing we're going to do is load in the flight plan. Should show us with a 2015 departure time. There we go. We are all set there. And we can start getting the aircraft up and ready to go. We're at gate 12 here at Belfast. So cockpit preparation is done. Parking brake is set. GPU is connected. External power is on. Batteries 1 and 2 are now coming online. Voltages are checked. There's IDIRs 1, 2, and 3. Evac sign is Captain and Purser. Cockpit signs are on. Lights are on system 1. Crew oxygen is on. Generators 1 and 2 are on and in fault. Cockpit cabin heat will turn down 2. That is set. Packs are on and in fault. That's fine, as the engines are not running. We'll come up and do our fire tests. APU, engine 1, and engine 2. Check our lights. Everything lights up beautifully. Turn that off. Emergency exit lights are armed. Independent our icing indicators and standby compass. Check cargo heat is fine. And we can begin setting up the FMC, the MCDU, and getting our clearance. So back over here, we can start bringing in the ground stuff. So everything there is connected as required. For our passengers today, 153 passengers, 2.3 tons of cargo, and 5.9 tons of fuel. Load the aircraft, and away she goes. So first thing we're going to do is come over here to Roger's side. We're going to go into the ATSU AOC and see if there's any messages. No messages as of yet. And we can come over to our side, go into the FMC, and start all the setup. So, active database 8 September to 5 October. That is current. Current on the engines. Our secondary database is same as the first. That's fine, and everything is good there. We'll come over to our initialization and request our flight plan. Hey, Dark, how are you doing? And we'll bring up that. A couple of things to enter here. Tropo is 37,156. We'll enter that in. There's our flight from Belfast to Gatwick. Paris Charles de Gaulle is our alternate today. We are UKV 5556 because we're on the tour. Cost index as standard for this aircraft is 25, and our cruising flight level for today's flight is 350. So we have that all entered in. We can come over to our flight plan now. We're going to be departing off of runway 7, and there is no SID. It's going to be a direct to Lisbon when we're ready to go, after as we climb out. For our arrival, however, We are looking at doing the Disset 1 Gulf arrival, landing on runway 26 left, ILS 26 left, Disset 1 Gulf arrival, and we'll enter that in. So we'll go over in plan mode. Now we know we take off. Once we get over 1735 feet, we can make the turn out towards Lisbon. From there, we're going to head down back across the Irish Sea, over the northwest of England, working our way down towards London. You can see the approach here. It's going to take us down towards, I think that's Hawley, around to Willow, and then from Willow it would take us around and in on the ILS. The only issue is air traffic control will probably be steering us on vectors for a portion of that, so that will fade away, but at least it's all entered in. You can go to 10 and you can go to 40, ARCOM both, and we're set there. So let's take a look quickly at the current weather. I'll throw it into the chat. So winds are light, 340 at 4 knots, no clouds detected. It's 11 degrees and 1025 on the barrel. Set that up for both sides. So that is up and set. So our initial climb out altitude we will set for 9,000 feet. And then we will adjust after that. Everything else will be good for the rest of it. So what we can do now is we come back down here as people are getting on board. And we can load in our charts. So we'll import the plan. So here at Aldergrove in Ireland, Northern Ireland, Belfast to be specific. Bring up both of these. So we are currently located here at parking. It's not a gate. Oh God, I'm losing my thing. It's a stand. Parking stand 12. For startup, when we start, we're going to push back into 11 Alpha, and then we'll come around and taxi out. We're going to taxi down X-ray to Lima 2, and then from Lima 2, we will carry on across the main apron to Charlie, cross over runway 35, down here onto Delta, and pick up our entry point into runway 07 down here. Again, there is no departure for this airport. As you can see, our route will take us down, out over the Irish Sea, coming in just around Liverpool, down just to the west of Birmingham, to south of London, and then up and around to come into Gatwick. So for Gatwick, our arrival is the Disset 1 Gulf. As you can see, we're coming in at Disset at 20,000 feet, flight level 200, down to Kidley, down to the Midhurst VOR, over to Hawley and around. We could, of course, go into holds here if we have to, but then we're going to come out of there and head up towards the actual ILS here at the airport. So we will star that one. We go to our approach now. It is the ILS DME runway 26 left. Here's the initial approach. You can see we're coming in from Willow. I might reprogram some of this in. We'll head it towards the Mayfield VOR and then up and around. And then the final, there's the ILS that will take us down to the runway. And then once on the ground, we'll look at our ground charts here and our parking. So we'll be landing here on 26 left, coming down. We'll probably get off here at Echo, come back up and taxi back. We'll be heading for Pier 6, and hopefully they can fit us in there, and one of these gates on Pier 6. So that is the plan for today's flight. So I'm just going to pull up the airport chart here. There we go. And of course, where we're sitting over there by the terminal. Alright, so if we come down here and look at the route, Beluga on PC, hello, how are you doing? Hope you're well. I remember seeing your name in Willie's stream the other day. So after Willow, I'm going to put in the Mayfield VOR, which is May, I believe. Let me just confirm that. Yep. We'll insert that. Just checking some points here. FFSL. FF26 left is the final fix. So that is good. So if we take out that discontinuity, that should give us a better track around at the bottom end. Yeah, Willow takes out to Mayfield, so if we get vectored over, we can do that and up and around. Willow is a hold point if required. We may get that one knocked off on our approach by ATC. All right. Not doing too bad. It's a nice Friday afternoon for me here. And looking forward to the flight, wrapping up the series of European capitals. Still no messages received. It seems like it's a little slow pumping them out. Hey, Beluga, take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. So we'll pop back over and see how we're doing. Not too bad. So we'll come over here to our performance. We can take a look at what we have lined up here. Airport is correct, runway is correct, the surface is dry, it'll be a flaps 1F, we're not forcing toga, anti-ice is off, packs will be on, we'll bring in the preliminary load sheet, and we'll bring in the current weather, and a quick check on everything. Shows no issues with doing a flex takeoff. It is rather nice out here. This is got the scenery from Orbex, so that's why it's looking very nice here at Belfast. Unfortunately for right now, we're the only traffic set up here this evening on VATSim. Alright, so everything is looking good. Just waiting on everyone to load up. So clearance will be self-cleared we're going to be on 2000 on the transponder. So altimeters of 1025 are set and cross-checked. PWS is off, GSC is auto. Fueling is complete, baggage is complete. Oh, company message. So we are waiting now for our load sheet. So here's our preliminary load sheet. Here's the aircraft we're flying. 0 fuel weight, takeoff weight. We're expecting 14 business class and 139 economy class passengers on today's flight. Our potable water is full. And there's no issues with the food service on board today. And that's all good. So we will accept that. So it looks like there's no issues with the aircraft today. Everything is looking very good. I'm going to reset the clock. Make sure that's off. And we're waiting for everyone to board. So while we're waiting, we'll, as we have a 2015 departure. It's only 1947 at the moment. We are wrapping up this series with this flight taking its place starting next Friday. It is going to be our Fly 2 series. Will be flying the Boeing 737-800 from bases around the UK and heading down to the fall, winter, and early spring leisure destinations that you find in Europe, scattered in the southern parts of Europe, North Africa, the islands off of Africa, and all those wonderful places around the Mediterranean people tend to go. From now starting Monday will be our World Tour series. We're going to be starting with, it's going to be flown in this aircraft, the Airbus A320, live weather on VATSim. So we're going to see the world. We're going to be doing a nice flight around the world, heading eastward. And for that series, we will be starting in the wonderful, let's see if I can pull up the start point for the town. We will be commencing this in the town of Newcastle. I want to be going down through Europe, the Middle East, India, Asia, up through Japan. Quick fuel stop over and service check in Vladivostok on the Russian coast of the Pacific, up over into Anchorage, down the west coast of the US, across the United States, into Canada, up through Greenland and Iceland, and down, ending up in Newcastle at the end. So that's going to be a good series. It'll be running on Mondays. Coming up on Wednesday is the last of our Route 66 flights. We've been flying the Cessna 172 across the United States from Chicago, following the old Route 66 southwestwards. And we're now in California. We just, on the last flight, landed at San Bernardino, which is in the very eastern part of the LA basin. And man, was it smoggy. But it's been good. We'll be flying from there down to Santa Monica, out over the Pacific Ocean, and marking the end of that series. Following up on that one will be a series of older vintage twins, propeller twins. I'm going to be flying one from the 1930s, and we're going to be doing a tour of Scotland. And we're going to hop around Scotland and check it out for a little while. And do a series of legs there, so we get to see all the sights in Scotland. And occasionally on the weekends, when I have it in my schedule and I'm not busy, we're going to go back to doing some slightly longer flights, and we will be pulling out the 747, this time the freighter, and we're going to do some 747 cargo runs on the weekends, just to make it a little bit more interesting and get some longer flights in. And those will be on VATSim as well. And they should go reasonably well. So Wednesdays will be multiplayers, and all the rest will be VATSim flights. People moving around in the terminal there. Pretty cool. 114 passengers are on board. Fuel and cargo is completed. So we're looking good. So let's take a look at the airport while we're here. Hope this doesn't crash the sim. So we're here over on the eastern stands. Here you can see the rest of the airport. Huge parking lots. Terminal building there. Some jetways. And the sun is just setting off in the west, throwing us in total darkness. And it looks really, really good. I won't fly around too much because it is a little bit of an FPS hog, and I do get very slight stutters. Well, it looks like we got a couple aircraft coming over here from Edinburgh. They're in the pre-file state, but got an EasyJet and somebody else coming in, both out of Edinburgh, Scotland. But at the moment, there's no one really around the airport at the moment. So we should have no issues getting out of here. Alright, so we've got about 20 passengers to go. And we'll be ready to get ourselves up and going. Come over to this one. What I am going to do is come over to my init B page. I'll enter what I can from the rough estimates, and then we'll let the computer do its calculations. So our zero fuel weight is 58.5, and our center of gravity, if we come back over here, take a look at our preliminary sheet, and go to page 2. It's saying it should be 32.5. That will change, but it gives it a starting point. And block fuel for the trip today is 5.9 tons of fuel. We can go into wind and request the wind. And you can see our wind as we climb out. We'll help a little bit with predictions. We got our cruise winds in, and then we've got our descent winds. So we're going to leave it on this page because we will make a couple final adjustments to those two numbers once we have our final load sheet and we get everything in. About 15 passengers to go. And we will be set. If you want to join us on these flights, you can. In the descriptions you'll find my Discord, and I'll throw it into the chat right now. You can join in on the flights. They're all community flights, and the information for the flights are posted on the Discord, so you know when they're happening and what aircraft. You can also join the community, help us keep growing, and if you need help with any of the aircraft or the sim itself, there's a lot of knowledgeable people there that can give you a hand, and it's nice to fly as a group sometimes. Makes the skies a little less lonely. 8 to go. See our numbers there, 0 fuel weight and our center of gravity weight. Just waiting for our last passenger to get on board. And we are loaded, so we can dismiss the outside crew. So our 0 fuel weight, let's see if I can do this while seeing it. So 58.6 is what we ended up, so a slight increase. And 31.1, so a little bit of a shift in the weight. We'll get that entered in. It can do its thing, and we are all good there. So come back over to the ground services. They've pulled the doors, they've closed the everything, and we are ready to continue with our checklist. So the APU master is on. 3-second count, starting the APU. And we can do our takeoff data as the APU comes online. So we'll put in our final load sheet and our final load sheet numbers. Redo the weather. Recalculate. And there we go. So over to performance, that gives us a V1 of 139. That is the no-go point. VR of 140. And a V2 of 142. Transition altitude is 6,000 feet. It will be a flaps 1 takeoff. Trim will be down 0.2. And today we're going to flex to 63 degrees. So that is now all entered in. Bring up our charts again. Shortly be getting a new message with our final load sheet. That's good, but we can carry on. So APU is up and running. APU bleeds are now on. APU generator is up and running, so we'll disconnect the external power. Just going to need this one last time. Tell them that this can take away the chocks, disconnect the ground power. Takeoff data is set. The FCU is set. We've talked over the departure and briefed that flight directors are on both sides. And radios, 122.8 for Unicom. We are ready. So beacon light can come on. Fuel pumps will come on for all 6 pumps. Can call in the tug.
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead, flight deck.
We will be ready shortly.
Roger.
Belfast area traffic, Skyways 5556, stand 12, pushing straight back and engine start. are clear behind. Tug is pushing in. There you go. Tug is connected.
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead, flight deck.
We are ready for pushback and engine start.
Roger. Release the parking brakes, please.
Brakes
Parking brakes released.
Pushing back.
Nice mix of gear here, EasyJet and Swissport.
You are cleared behind and you start your engines at your discretion.
Alright. Starting engine 2. We have N2 rotation. That wasn't the plan. I'm gonna get you to stop right there. Supposed to go straight back.
Pushback complete. Set parking brakes, please.
Parking brakes set.
Roger. Okay, the tow bar is disconnected and the equipment is clear.
Thanks, and you can disconnect and go to hand signals.
Thanks. Have a good flight. See you later.
I always hate when they don't go where you want them to go. Anyway, good start on engine 1, starting engine, or engine 2, starting engine 1. Lock the door. So we got good ignition on engine 1. There's the bus kicking over. Temperatures are coming up. So I'm going to kill the dome light. Let our eyes start getting used to everything. And engine 1 is available. So ignition will go back to normal. Probe heat is auto. Engine anti-ice and wing anti-ice not required. Packs 1 and 2 are on. Flaps 1 plus F in motion. Trim 0.2 down is set. Flight controls, full left, full right, neutral. Yeah, I know, right, Kevin? You tell them. I programmed it earlier before the stream started. I don't know why they didn't follow it. And flight controls are checked. APU bleed is off. APU is off. FCP is set. Engines looking good. And we are ready to taxi. Taxi light on and auto brake. Is on. Belfast Aldergrove area traffic. Skyways 5556 taxiing via X-ray, the apron, Charlie Delta to holding point Delta 1 for runway 07. Skyways 5556. It was Pushback Express. I think I might have done it too early, or I should have reconfirmed it just before doing it. I've never done it that far in advance before, so that might have kind of played a little bit with that. Alright, so this is X-ray. Speed brake is armed. Throttles are back. And TO config check. No blue. That was a different one. That was the one inside the airplane I was using in Vienna. That's why I went back to Pushback Express after the Vienna incident. It's the first time I've had something like that happen with PBE, so I'm not too worried about it. I think that was user error, we'll call it. The runway's just over there. Beautiful evening here in Belfast. Never been? Never been to the Republic either. Well, it's, again, on my list of places to go, things to see. We're letting our eyes adjust to the dark here, so we'll be good for takeoff. No, I didn't do the glowing point this. Well, I did it, but I set, like I said, I set it up before the stream even started, so that's like an hour ago. So I might have left it too far out. So here's Charlie coming off the apron. There's holding point Charlie 2. We're cleared to cross runway 3517, and this is the 17 end. This is the way we came in when we landed on Monday. And we're just going to go straight across. And that's Delta on the other side. Hey, Josie Camargo. Lots of thumbs up. Oh, thank you. Alright, so we're just going to go here around the corner. You can see the hold point just ahead. So engines are in idle. Does that sign say Woodgate Aviation? Looks like a FPO over there for private jets. Very nice. Again, this is Payware Airport here at Belfast. I think some of them, they do really add to the experience. Alright, so we're going to start slowing up here as we come up to the hold line. I'll try not to bounce the nose as we come up. Alright, so we are now brake set. So nose lights to takeoff. Strobes are on. Landing lights are on. Runway turnoff lights are on. Coming down to the pedestal. We have transponder is, or TCAS is on. Transponder is on. Weather radar is on and up. And runway is confirmed, 07. Yeah, there's the sign. And we are ready to taxi out. Aldergrove area traffic, Skyways 5556, take position, runway 07, Aldergrove. ourselves out and nicely lined up. There we are. And we are good and ready to go. Let's get my view. There we are. So set the clock. And engines to 40%. Alder Grove area traffic, Skyways 5556, rolling runway 07. Brakes released. Takeoff power set, man flex, SRS enabled. V1, rotate. Positive rate, gear up, speed brake disarmed. Autopilot on. And we're heading direct to our first waypoint. Thrust climb is set. And there's the town of Belfast. Say goodbye. And we're going to clear ourselves right up to flight level 350. We're through S speed, so flaps up. So, got a company message. Roger to quickly check it. It should be our final load sheet. A little late, but yeah, that's our final load sheet. I'll accept that. Back over to the flight plan. So we're heading south right now, coming around the city. Downtown Belfast. Come here now, we'll go over to, come over to the map. Go. Over to standard pressure. Kind of looping around the city so we don't fly directly over top of it. Keeps the noise down. So we'll bring up the map here. Drop the route and go to map mode. It's 10,000 feet. We're nose down accelerating for our cruise or climb to cruise. We're going to pass just over the southern tip of the Isle of Man. And again, we'll come ashore just west of Liverpool once we cross over the Irish Sea. ATC has kind of gone offline for a lot of this. The only thing that's currently up is ground and ATIS. So we'll get a little bit of entertainment up. It's not a long flight by any means. So Dark, I'll put it over to you. Number 1, number 2, or number 3? 10,000 feet. All those lights can come off. Those lights can come off. We'll get the dome on for working. Let them relax in the back. Coast coming up. We're going over a little bit of a lake here, or a bay anyway. And there's the coast of Northern Ireland. Look at the other side, yeah, the roads and the towns along the coast. Further south you can see the lights a little bit more diffuse down there. Isle of Man coming up first. Kevin, if Dark doesn't answer, which one do you want? 1, 2, or 3? It's gonna let me go put the kettle on as well. Oh, Dark, you want 2? Okay. So, Kevin, you got the next vote. 1 or 3? Okay, but 1 or 3 now. Oh, you went to make a coffee, Dark? Yeah, no, that's good. I'm gonna go make a tea once we get this up and running and we get settled in. You're gonna go with 3? All right, and then we'll do 1 after that if we got time. So we're through 20,000 feet. We're climbing out. There's the Isle of Man ahead, right there. There's no ATC on for the next while, so I'm gonna go make myself a cup of tea. And I will leave you with a little bit of entertainment. I'm going to look out the right side, because since we should see whales coming up, and I don't mean, there we go, I don't mean whales, I mean, that's Ireland actually. country of Wales. So I will be back for the descent landing briefing. Enjoy the entertainment, and do take advantage of the pantry and the drinks cart. Time to start entering our information. As I mentioned, this is a short flight. So we'll get the current weather. We're still using runway 26 according to the EGAA. So QNH is 1020. Enter that in. I'll also set that up here just as a reference reminder. Temperature is currently 12 degrees. Start entering our information. Winds are 320 at 5. Predicted winds that we entered in. Transition level 600 is fine. And the barrel on the ILS for our approach is going to be set to 396. Since we'll be doing a Cat 1 approach today. We're going to set ourselves up for 10,000 feet. Start down. See some of our initial restrictions coming out here at 20,000 feet at Disset. I think we missed our top of descent while I was making my cup of tea, so it's going to get interesting. We're doing a steep descent here. We've got traffic behind us coming in to Gatwick as well. What was the issue you were having again with it, Air Trooper? I don't quite remember. I'm going to get rid of the map here. We're basically coming down to Gatwick, which is below. It's almost a straight line. So there's the traffic behind us. Can't do more drag. We've got all the drags are out. We'll see if we can hit it when we get down there. Taxiing and taking off, it just not want to stay on the runway at all. You mean it's side to side?
Traffic descends at 9 Lima X-ray. We are the 7-mile final. And
this aircraft going into Birmingham, which is right there. Ooh, lovely moon coming up. Huh, interesting. Never had that problem. Are you using rudder pedals or like a twist throttle, or what are you using? So we should be able to hit this at 20,000. Yeah, we were a bit late on our descent. Did you go? You went through all the setup in the Phoenix just to make sure everything was set properly and working properly. Gatwick area traffic, Skyways 5556 over Disset on the Disset 1 Golf arrival for Gatwick. a joystick thrustmaster joystick.
Traffic Oscar 164, please, shall I let you make the advice line?
So it's that twist thing, eh? Interesting. But no rudder pedals. Huh. I don't know. Looks like we're getting back on our flight path. So how busy is Gatwick at the moment? Well, a few aircraft circling in for landing. It's about 7 of them on those final stages there. We'll get the speed back down to about 280 and then we'll come in on the speed brake. So our arrival weather data has been entered. We've done the briefing. The approach page is done on the performance side, so it's all ready. See how the information is set in. NTI is not required. Radios are set. The Gatwick ground frequency, with the speed brake in now, is 121.8. So we'll have that ready. We had a late descent clearance. I'll blame it on ETC.
Present traffic Oscar 164 vacated C5, taxi into parking.
I think we're going to go in here and we are going to eliminate Willow. Two fuzz. After two fuzz should be Holly. That one. Should be able to take that out. Holly make up and insert. That gives us a more direct around. Yeah, GSX, I wish GSX was working properly. It would be so cool to have. Alright, so we're through Kidley at 15,000. Still descending. FCP is set. Altimeters. Well, we're cleared down. 1020, so we might as well just enter that in now. 1020. Traffic's still behind us. Yeah, I know they got to work on it. I do love the effects and wish it did work. We will have to wait until they get that sorted out. Alright, so we'll get our reference VORs up and running. Big mass of London illuminated out there. And air troopers into the gin. A lot of traffic down on those final stages of approach into Gatwick right now, and then it looks like we might have a little bit of a gap. There's a couple others heading in as well. We'll have to make sure we sequence ourselves. Beautiful red moon out there. Alright, so we go back over to our charts. That's the initial approach chart. So we're going to go from Willow. We're going to go right over to the Mayfield VOR, and then, or sorry, we're going, anyway, we're curving around this way. We're going to come in and around. So hopefully it's not too busy. And again, we're coming in on the 26, the southernmost runway here. I got some of my airports. Belfast, what we just left, was off of there. Gatwick here is the freeware from VATSim.to. There's Northolt over there. Heathrow should be out here somewhere. Just at the edge of draw distance. It'd be nice to get you flying along with us there, Trooper, if you can. I know you're busy over the next little while. We got a world tour starting next week. We've got some leisure flights out of the UK down to the Mediterranean starting on Fridays. World tour on Mondays. Cargo operations will pop up now and then on the weekends when I'm available. There's 10,000 feet coming up. Looks like most of that stream of aircraft, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 still going into Gatwick. Yeah. Time is something everybody needs more of, especially for things they like doing.
Gatwick traffic runway Foxtrot, runway 2 left vacated.
Heathrow's back over there now. See our path. Alright, we're slowing down for 250, 10,000 feet coming up, so landing lights will go on. Get the runway turn-off lights on. Seatbelt signs are on. Kill the cabin. Pressure is set. Landing lights. Direct light seatbelts. Alright. Wednesday nights are the easiest. They're multiplayer flights. The rules aren't as strict. Small aircraft should all be good. The next one, we end Route 66 on Wednesday, and the week after we start flying in Scotland. The theme is old classic twins, but you can use whatever as long as they're small and do about 140 knots or so. Yep. All the info's on Discord.
17 is Southwest, Gatwick,
Or you can keep your rye out. That works too.
Easy 17 is 7.79.
So there's an SAS inbound. It looks like he's the only one that I may have conflict with. There's now 3 on final into Gatwick. Alright, there's 10,000 feet. We'll bring her down to 2,000 now. We'll get ourselves down and ready to go.
Gatwick traffic is inbound for Southwest 26 and left on the localizer and then 16 there for Quadrant.
Gatwick traffic is 46 select. 46 select bank, sending out of 7 so on this is check.
And yes, 706
Gatwick traffic, Skyways 5556 over the Midhurst VOR, flight level 80 inbound for 26 left Gatwick. Wow, that was a stutter. And then I got a notice pop up on VPilot at the same time. I wonder if that caused it.
Traffic is 17 localizer on the data.
Nicely descending. There's the airport over there. See the runway lit up. The taxi lights. Actually, I wonder if that was the airport loading in that caused that. Hopefully. Yeah, I do like flying at night. It does look like, look at that. It's an awesome scene. Holly and Mayfield and then up to the intercept point. It's all good. Hey Craig, flew from Gatwick to Milan.
17 vacated.
Yeah, bouncing over the Alps, I can imagine. We're just coming into Gatwick from Belfast and finishing up our European capitals tour. Join us just as we're coming in. There's a few aircraft in the area. It looks like we're going to be going in behind a Scandinavian Air 737-900. nice. There's the airport. You can see aircraft on final. Scandinavian should be
Cambridge Truck VC 6,
somewhere over
436,
here.
2 mile final on island, 6 left Cambridge.
You live near Gatwick? Yeah. I've only flown out of there once, as far as I know. That was 2019. A lot cheaper than flying out of Heathrow. Yeah, aircraft on final. I'm looking for the other guy. He should be somewhere out here-ish. So make sure we don't... well, we still got a little bit to go. He should end up in front of us. Don't see him yet. Scandinavian. So we got a EasyJet coming in behind us. 46 Quebec Mike.
Gatwick traffic, Scandinavian 873, turn in at 10 mile final, 26 left.
There he is. I don't see him, but he made the radio call. He's turning final. So we're slowly heading down to 2,000 feet. We haven't put on approach phase yet. I want to keep the speed up because we do have that traffic in behind us. So there's Holly, 3 miles out. We're going to turn up to the
Cambridge traffic, XZ 646, with the classification.
Mayfield VOR now. Now this airport's bad for stutters as well. It's so detailed.
Scandinavian 873 on the local, 626 left.
No, I had a direct flight from Gatwick to Toronto, so it worked out very well.
Air Force 1897, immediate takeoff, runway 26 left.
Alright, we're heading up to the Mayfield VOR. There's the airport. Kind of looping around for the intercept. Big, nice moon in front of us. I do got to look at doing a little bit of a computer upgrade this fall. And there's the traffic behind us. I'm not picking... Oh, there's the traffic ahead of us. Yeah. So we're nicely spaced. No, it was WestJet actually.
Skywish 556, what speed are you doing?
Current speed is 230.
Right.
Craig,
Right,
no, WestJet, and I'm running the freeware Gatwick from FlightSim.to. So our next scheduled stream is on Monday. We begin our world tour. 1930 Zulu.
46, correct?
Information's on the Discord. If anyone wants to come and join us, you can find the links in the descriptions of the video, and I will also put the link
Gatwick
in,
traffic, Scandinavian 8073, 3.5 mile final, 26 left.
Yeah, Craig, they were flying the 6-7, and the day that the day after I flew out, they switched to the 787. Oh, there's an aircraft just left, and then there's the Scandinavian on final, so we got plenty of good spacing. The Easy's behind me. Yeah, they're not optimized as much as could be, I feel, but hey, they're free and it looks great. Gatwick area traffic, Skyways 5556, 3500 over the Mayfield VOR, 230 knots inbound for the ILS, runway 26 left. Yeah, I was on my first Dreamliner flight back in May, from out and back to Vancouver. That is power hungry.
2,500.
All right. So nav course is checked, flaps. Not quite extending them yet. Speed brake is armed. Approach mode will go on in a second. As soon as we hit the decel point, we'll go in. It should kick into approach phase. If not, I'll do it myself. It's 2.5 miles out. And at CF 26 left, we should reach our intercept altitude.
Scandinavian 8073, clear of 26 left at Foxtrot Romeo.
It's a nice airplane. I found it very quiet. It was nice to be in. Same with the 37 Max. I was on that for the first time in August, and it was pretty quiet. I was kind of impressed with it. Yep, she's kicked over. Speed coming back to 210 knots.
Viking 2000, Gatwick traffic.
I'm not sure what just happened there. My screen just went black. That's. Hello? Oh, wow. That was, odd. I don't know what I was looking at there. Geez, talk about a heart attack. The sound was still going, so I know I wasn't crashing, but I don't know what happened. Alright, there's our turn. Coming down to 2,000 feet. Landing systems up. We'll need those. That's why we do checklists. Ding dong. There's approach mode. And the localizer is intercepted. And flaps 1.
First mic, turn left final in 2 miles. Gatwick traffic.
Gatwick traffic, Skyways 5556 established on the localizer, 26 left, 6 miles. And flaps 2. And gear down. Kept that speed up long enough.
Your first pickup mic, reducing 200.
1,000.
Flaps full, 4 miles. Cabin's notified, lights are on. Landing gear down, 3 green. Speed brakes armed. Landing memo, no blue. Oh yeah, she's stuttering slightly. No crash to desktop. I've found if the sound keeps going, I can usually get it back. If the sound stutters, all hope is lost. Well, might be margarine. We'll see.
500.
500 feet. I have control.
Hundred above.
Looks like there's a party at the pub. Although this is Gatwick, not Manchester.
Minimum.
Not sure what that is.
Light slope.
Yeah.
Light slope.
Pacific left 5, airport out with
Light
you,
slope.
final, proceed.
Light slope.
I know it's a displaced.
30. 20. Retard.
Nice and firm. Reverse thrusters are on. It was about a 4 knot when I landed. It's 80 knots. Reversers off. Welcome to Gatwick. And yes, I forgot to put the auto brakes on. Gatwick area traffic, Skyways 5556, clear 26 left at Foxtrot Romeo. We're gonna swing right out up to Juliet. So while we're doing this, we go flaps up. Speed brakes, discern.
So this is like 4.5 miles off to 6 left Gatwick.
Go. Come around onto those little hesitations. All right, so there's my mouse. Lane lights off, taxi lights on, turn off. Lights are off, strobes are off. Come down here, TCAS off, transponder off, and weather radar is off. Should get a hold of ground, I guess. There's a hesitation. Let's do it this way. Get my view back. There we go. Gatwick ground, good evening. Skyways 5556 with you on Juliet. Looking to taxi to Pier 6.
Skyways 5556 Gatwick ground, very good evening. Could you accept stand 113?
Yep, 113 is fine. Thank you.
Skyways 5556, taxi Romeo Lima stand.
Roger, Romeo Lima and stand 113, Skyways 5556. Alright, so we got our taxi position. I forgot for a second ground was up.
Ryanair 8 Foxtrot disconnecting there. Thank you very much for the service and have a good night.
Ryanair 8 Foxtrot, thanks for flying to Gatwick. See you again.
So we're going to go down here on Juliet, past some of the maintenance buildings and everything. Origami. Okay, I'm gonna have to look up that. Is that payware, Craig? Ooh. Oh, look at that moon on the water there. That looks fantastic. Yeah, I'll definitely look them up. And yeah, payware. Okay, I'll take a look at it. And I can't remember if I put the Discord up recently, but there it is. And again, it's in the video links as well. Always looking for new people to join the community, flight deck crew. Alright, so that's uniform. So we're going to go by the FedEx here. I think it's the other side of the fire hall. We're going to make our turn. We want Romeo. It's going to be the first one.
EV35 Delta Bravo requesting push and start.
C35 Delta Bravo, stand 53, push and start.
There's Tango. I don't know what that banging is. There's another aircraft coming in. That's another EasyJet. This is Sierra coming up.
35 Delta Bravo, stand 53, push and start approved, face east.
Facing east, EV35 Delta Bravo, push and start approved.
Thank you. I was ground, EV46 West Mike.
C46 Quebec, Mike Gatwick ground, very good evening. Hold short Romeo, expect stand 560.
This
Also
is
Romeo, expecting stand 560.
Sierra.
EV46 West Mike.
And the fire hall, so it's going to be the first left. And then up to Lima. I mean, this is a highly detailed airport, and I love the work the guy's done, but it is a little bit brutal for the sim.
Z46 Quebec Mike, taxi Romeo Lima Quebec Alpha, stand 560.
Taxi Romeo Lima Quebec Alpha, stand 560. EV46 West Mike.
This should be Kilo. We're going to go up here. We're going to hang a diagonal right on
Scandinavia Native
Romeo.
73 on the block, stand 1. Thank you for your assistance.
Scandinavian 8073, thanks for flying, see you again soon.
There's Romeo. And this is why accurate charts are extremely useful. On AP, what's APL2? Here's Lima. So the gate, the stand we want is the second one in. Pretty much right under the bridge, Skyway. So here is 12.
Can you be 46 West Mike, confirm?
We're going to 13.
561.
Shut off the
Z46 Quebec
taxi
Mike, you
lights.
can use stand 561 if you need.
Thank you. GSX is marking this as a cargo ramp.
Somebody's using GSX. I noticed with some places, like a stand will end up being like they'll park all the baggage and everything in there. Oh, a pilot's life. Yeah. See, I'm flying all the tours that my virtual airline has, and that's where a lot of my ideas come from that I do on the channel. And there we go. Welcome to Gatwick. First thing we're going to do is come down here, come over to ground services. Get the jetway coming in. chocks and GPU connected. Yeah, that's moving. We'll go up overhead. It's my overhead. There it is. So we'll get the dome lights on. Actually, I don't need to go overhead that way. I can do it on an angle in this one. So ground power cart is connected. We'll go over to ground power. Engine's off. Beacon light can come off. Make sure those are all off. Seatbelt signs can come off. Fuel pumps are off, and flight director and landing systems are off. Ground Skyways 5556, thanks for the service. Have a good night.
Skyways 5556, thanks for flying. See you again soon.
Alrighty, here we are in Gatwick. Guys, thank you very much for flying along. Craig, thanks for the tip about origami for Gatwick. I'm going to look that up as well. And we hope to see you guys on the next flight, which is scheduled to be Monday. So have a good one, safe flying, and we'll see you all next time. Bye for now.